Hello all, this is Dswank, and I am Space Engineers looking at a dirty window. And why I'm doing this instead of my survival series with Jonathan is very easy. Space Engineers was really dirty on the last Thursday's update, and I had to postpone recording for Thursday, and it was really it was smooth. It was horrible for recording. I got a little bit of stuff out of that, but not enough to even try and put an episode together. And it's still a little rough on planets, frame rate wise. So I'm going to wait until the Thursday update to try and put something together for that. But that's going to be next week. And I figured I would show you some of the other things I have been working on in Space Engineers. Now, obviously, from here you can see I have MEPEX, I believe it, or MEPEX, something like that. That's his guns down there. And I have the Colt Command pack, console pack, and I have this thing that does, it's really cool. I tried to show it off, and I couldn't get it to work. I finally got it to work on one of my ships, but I can't remember how. But yeah. This is the bridge of the ship that I constructed. Idea of it was kind of unique. I was coming up with just ideas for possible ships to use in the survival series, and as you can see, I'm still having frame rate issues. It's not particularly smooth, but anyway. Now this is the deck doors. We walk down here. I've done more of the interior of this ship than a lot of the ones I was looking at. Engineering. Let's go this way first. This is something I enjoy. Come on. And out here. This walkthrough. I really like it. Now, it's kind of pointless on a combat ship because you're going to get shot. Also, I have those hangar doors that open and close up there, but meh. I don't have anything really set up, named, or anything at this point. I was just kind of building stuff. I have this whole area that's open. And then this is the very front of the ship. And this is going to be kind of enclosed and have stuff in it. Oh, that's why I could go up. There's a lip there. Anyway, let's fly back. And this world is honestly running horrible. But it's running 1,000 times better than the Dreadnought world that we're building the Star Wars Dreadnought. That one's unplayable. Here we have Titan Agents. That's the name of the mod. I can't remember who put it together off the top of my head. It's Biomech, Dark Biomech. And then XPAR's Modular Energy for some reactors. I believe I have a couple more, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm in creative, so I have excess power because creative, yay. Let's see, we have these walkways along the hangar bay, all the way to the front, which I like this effect that it has. I forgot I could do that. I should have done that on my way back. Bounce. Okay, can I get through this way, please? Yes, I can. Okay. And then over here we have a hangar bay command area, which I like, overlooking hangar bay. Pretty much the entire front part of the ship is hangar. Let's go down, and it's got a lot of mirroring to it. What's this area? Oh yeah, this area I completely screwed up because this was going to be a stairwell. So yeah, ignore that. That's not done right. We got the infirmary, sort of. We've got cryo bays, extra batteries. We've got the tops of the reactors here that make an interesting roof line. I believe this is from Alcazar's decoration pack, but I'm not 100%. Impex's MEPEX. I call him Impex because I can't say his name right. So I'm going to try and pick one way of saying it incorrectly so everybody knows what I'm trying to say. I believe this is TSVI countertops for kitchen counter, but it kind of makes a very nice like waiting area. I believe this is Alcacer's. Well, okay. You know what I'm trying to say. If not, I'll tab and get to that real quick. Tab? No, it's G. Come on, G menu. Ekesters. There we go. Mexpex. That's his name too. Mexpex. There we go. And that TSVI, I believe, I could probably, yeah, TVSI. And there's the med room. This is from the decoration pack. Detect doors. And this was going to have sage beds across here, but I didn't load that mod. So, yeah, this is kind of just a spotlight of what I've done when I'm not recording that the other video. And then we have big open space and turrets. And big open space was going to be mirrored because I forgot to turn on mirroring when I did the other side. Another open space that's probably going to be the mess hall. Over here, let's go up. There's going to be a stairway down. Here, we have bunk beds. It's from the decoration pack as well. Air vent. And washroom. So we have X-bar toilets, sinks, and showers. And air vent, I believe, is right here. So there's air in this area. It's pressurized. I think that... Okay, maybe not. Storage. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do the stairwell here. It's not working out the way I had originally intended. But storage room. Very simple. That's on the exterior. The other side's going to be mirrored. And I'm not sure what I'm doing with this. I think I may turn it into like a rec room or something. Like I said, food, things like that. This is an airlock into the hangar bay, which we'll take a look at in a moment. And this floor is kind of a maintenance floor that runs the entire length under the hangar. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm good with this below area yet. Probably maintenance and storage and stuff like that. But eventually get this area that goes down. And I like the idea of having a garden. I don't know how many of y'all remember the old Animorph books. Part of the ship. Oh, yeah. The front of the ship that I copy and pasted down there. But, yes, this is reminds me of the Andalite cruiser that carried a large park, basically, with them. And the large park detached, and all the Andalite families hit on it with the saucer section in Star Trek to separate the civilians on the Enterprise D for the battle section. Okay, this is a modded airlock. You press that closes before this opens, but there's no air inside of it, so that's kind of nice. Got our hangar bay, and then you come out and below. Now, my original idea of this was to combine several ship styles together to make it work. And this front section is actually my first thought on this was the forward section of the Providence class from Star Wars Episode 3. It's the one that the Jedi ride onto the planet in the beginning, Grievous's flagship. That combined with the Titanic Corvette heavy cruiser which is where those wings come from. These sub-wings come from a couple of things seen with the assault frigate from Star Wars. Also the Nebulon B. The bridge is very influenced by the bridges on the Babylon 5 Warlock. This kind of area with the guns below the bridge came of Star Wars, and the big guns were below the bridge of the Star Destroyers, and the Andalite carrying a park with them, idea, and then guns below. Now, there's a lot with this I didn't like. There's a couple of parts I think are fantastic. I love the look of the way the engines, the rear engines look on it. Those two big ones and everything else. I really like that aesthetic. But the park at the bottom, it screws up the lines too much for me. But that one of the major things I decided to add when I originally came up with design for the ship. Let's see. Those are Impex guns. All the guns on it are Mexpex or Mepex, or however you say it. And there's actually a very few number of mods that I'm actually using. Did I actually put the gyroscopes in here? Or was I just thinking about it? I was just thinking about it. I don't have gyroscopes on, so it doesn't fly, or I'm not going to take it flying. I'm still working on this segment, as you can see by this being open. I'm trying to figure out how to smooth all this together for the best look. Not 100% sure on that little area. Because if I do that down there, I may have to do it up here. And I don't think that'll look right. But anyway, this was my first iteration of a ship. The other thing was I was looking at developing a ship design that could be used in the survival series once we eventually get into space. The original thought was that, or idea that I had that the hangar bay area would be a separate ship, and then we'd build off the rest on it, and that the hangar bay would be what we left the planet with. And that whole concept kind of fell apart. So, I'm going to leave this. Exit to main menu. No. I'm going to bring up the mods that I have loaded on here. Edit settings. Mods. This way I can show off all the mods that were used. Vegetation pack. Yeah, I completely forgot about talking about that. Overclock door detectors, because I've been running into issues with not finding stuff. Static cannons, passage airlock, ladder. I didn't use the ladder. Snowbot. Shield graphics. I'm eventually going to want to have shields on some of these things just because it makes things last longer. They don't get damaged. Landing vehicles work better, stuff like that. So let me cancel. Now this is another one. I want to take a look at the mods I have on this. I have quite a few more. There's some I'm going to remove. A lot of the mech specs. And I have the gyroscope update. It doesn't work anymore for some reason. But yeah, there's some stuff in here that I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to use. Like, I know I'm going to use this medical equipment, but I'm not sure. Let's see. the dead tech medical equipment isn't upgraded to DirectX 11 yet. So that one's this one. That one goes away. That one's gonna go away. That one's gonna go away. Power lines are staying. Exterior hatch. I think I'm gonna include that just because I really liked that one. And okay. Let's load this one, and I'll show you the other ship I've been working on. Now, this one, the idea came to me as a combination ship. You combine as many different universes in an influence and try to make one cohesive ship. So Star Trek, Star Wars 5, Battlestar Galactica, Farscape, which I don't think I pulled in Farscape off particularly well. Let's see. Firefly, I don't think I pulled off any Firefly in this. Tried to. Same with Homeworld. So there's a lot of stuff that I looked at try and influence this build. And some worked and some didn't. So when I get it up, I'll show you. The exterior is by far further along than the previous one. But the interior has quite a bit of work to go. And I had some other ideas that didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped, and I'll talk about those as well. So, come on, loading screen. That's one of the problems when you have mods. They do slow the load down quite a bit. This ship I also think is a little bigger. I know interior-wise it's bigger, but exterior-wise I think it has the same surface area, but it's got that Battlestar Galactica ridges on it. Other things, if I had to pick any one Star Trek ship that reminds me of, it would be the Nova class. From I believe you saw Nova in the first episode of Voyager. That it got yanked out there with the Voyager, but because it's a Nova and is slow, it couldn't really go out and explore. Okay, here we have the ship. And wow, it is running significantly. Okay, now things are going better. Originally, the hangar was not going to be there. Originally, the hangar was going to be hanging down below. And those guns were not going to be there. And it was going to be a separate ship that detached and things like that. But it didn't work out. Stargate, that's the other mod, other universe that has some influence in this. So, obviously you can see the nacelles. And I didn't have the ridges and nacelles up until recently. You can see that brace, that was the only thing holding the nacelles on. And I started to do detail run on the back of it. We have the thruster pods, Titan thruster forward and back. We have armored thrusters. That's one I forgot to mention on the other one, was the armored thrusters. And we have flak cannons, which I can't tell if they are actually textured or not. I think, yeah, they are. They are. But yes, I put these vents on it because I thought, the vents might make it look nice. Painting them became a problem because I couldn't paint particularly well after I built them, which I probably should have handled first. Better vents at the back, idea thinking that you have to heat sink for all these engines here. We have defensive guns on the back up there on the center part of the hull. And I wanted to try and build it to where even if it lost both nacelles, it could still navigate to some degree, so it has that central thruster in the back. If it takes off, it flies. We've got guns on the side there. We've got kind of the react showing, which I like that effect. 3 big guns on the back. We've got this, which is a kind of a homage to the Titanic wings. They're about 3 squares far enough forward that the Titan thrusters don't burn them, which is nice. We've got this segment down here that was the chin based off of the Babylon 5 Warlock. And then I thought, that looks kind of like the front end of the Daedalus. So I added this cheek on the side, and this bump ridge here. Let's see. Once again, the forward part was heavily influenced by Providence class, but you also had this area right here that kind of merged Star Trek, Babylon 5, all of them kind of come together in this merged area right there, because also it kind of has that blunt front end that the Battlestars had. We've got the wing again on this side. We've got the bridge, which I'll talk about that in a bit. We've got the turrets, once again near the bridge, very much Star Wars influence. We've got the way the big guns are oriented, the 4. That was influenced by the midsection of the Battlestar. Obviously, we've got the radars set up. These actually have the radar mod inside them, but the sensor domes on top of the Star Destroyer. The neck, the back neck, the kind of has a Trek feel. Let's see. Let's walk in here, and I'm about to sneeze, and I'm terribly sorry about that. But as you can see, nothing really done here. We've got crew quarters, which these mirroring. But anyway, these are heavily the crew quarters for the captain and a second captain, lieutenant. My mind's gone away. Vice captain, no, whatever. This was commander, second in command, are heavily influenced by Babylon 5, and you should turn around the other way and blah. But yeah, bedroom. The mirroring did some stupid stuff there. So let's take a look at it from this side when everything's set up correctly. We got a big open space here. We've got kind of cooking area, and then we've got the bedrooms and windows that I had hoped would open up where you could see out better, and those vents are mod that I didn't have in the previous. Let's see. But yeah, this is the main floor of the ship, main deck. I'm thinking of having 2 decks available in this space, and I'm not sure how that's going to be filled up, but I'm trying to decide whether or not I want this area up here to be a observation area, or kind of like the place in Star Trek 10 Forward, when you could have the cafe in this area and stuff like that. I'm thinking about having a mess hall up here, or maybe doing the rec room up here. And my computer is running slow all of a sudden. Alright. Okay. Now this bridge is kind of an amalgam of Star Wars because you can see out. I guess some Babylon 5s had this, where you could see out, but not many. These little cubbies were very much Babylon 5 influenced. I'm not sure if I put something there, if that would work or not. I think it would. Let me get cockpit command. I want to test this. Except I don't want you there. I want something without Yeah, let's try that one. Like that. Can I walk here still? Yes, I can. That's what I wanted. It's a little cubby hole for the commanders. We've got these consoles face inward, which I liked. I like that. That's Battlestar Galactica there. Babylon 5 with a little cockpit hole area. We've got walk around. This is Battlestar Galactica again with stuff in that area. Plenty of view screens going to be set up. And I don't like the chair, but I want to put a chair here for kind of the a forward. I don't know. I had space and I wanted to put something there. But yeah, I like this setup quite a bit. I might clear this out and widen the cover area so these guys have a walkway on top of them. That seems like it might be interesting. But the bridge also has buttons that will make these, or will have buttons that will make these doors, airtight doors, close if they go into combat. And then, of course, I have this little area hanging in the center, which I like. That's Battlestar as well. Let's see. Do I want to go down in the back first? What's back here? Okay. These are modded staircases. And they work relatively well when the game is running smoothly. But my game is barely running smoothly when I'm not recording. When I'm recording, it runs horribly glitchy at the moment. Let's see. We have a mess going on down there. The Titan engine. The hangar bay is above us, and I'm going to have a route up into the hangar bay through the ship so you don't have to leave the compressed area of the ship to get to aircraft. We've got this area, which is the gyro and those wings. I need to find a place on the main body to put some gyros. No, I already have some gyros on the main body, which is nice. See Daisy. The jump drops. That right now, that's the best place I could find for them. I'm going to see if I can find someplace else for them. I'm not too fond of them there. But the plan is also to have the explosive jump drive mod installed. So I'm not sure if those modded jump drives explode or not. Let's see. This is just an additional area that I'm working on. We have... When did that happen? Wow, this whole area got this not knocked out of it. Character tools. Let's come in here. I didn't know. What did I do? Oh, yeah, I tested the stupid thing in combat and forgot to not save it. Yeah, I'm stupid. Now, this is something that is a complaint towards the game itself that I have. The welders. Why does a high-level welder repair at the same rate a low-level welder repairs at? And all the damage is inside. Outside I didn't think took any damage. I mean, did they just miss the turret? That'd be something worth looking at. Because it looks like they were Yeah, I remember when I was playing it, because they were aiming at this turret. No, it's still fully health. So, at least now I know. Oh, I had one of you in there. That might be why I thought I deleted all of you. Okay. Over here, did we have anything? No damage. Okay. Well, now down here, we have gyroscopes. And my problem here, you notice that they're red. We have power, though. So that's why I think they're not working correctly. Let's go back through here. As you can see, we've got the reactor room. I'm going to put some command consoles along this area, I believe. Can I do that? No, I can't. Because that's where the reactors are. So, I'm still trying to figure out how to put some command... Oh. Stomach not good, feeling good for me. Oh. But anyway, I am going to I may work this around so that everything goes down here and the door is here, and put command console pack along this way, so shift the door over some. That creates an issue here, but it's something I can work out relatively easily. Now, we've been here. Where I want to go is this way. First. Okay. Upsy daisy. Upsy daisy. Alright. This is where you would enter the ship. We've got airlock. Come in. You've got, through this first door, cryopods. Now that was a big thing, was any of these ship designs, I needed to be able to fit 20 cryopods in, and I think I did. 10 each side. Now, this is the medical area. We've got kind of an office. This is that Addie's medical stuff. So we've got places for people who need medical beds right there. We've got the metal room. I'm going to rework some of this to make it look better. I'm still working on that part. Down here, we have kind of a quarantine medical area, which we've got quarantined shower. I'm going to put an XR toilet here. We've got office work. We've got a surgery table or examination table, another examination table, and places for people that are not feeling well. And a desk chair. So, and we've got equipment storage for medical stuff. So, that's kind of what I've done medical-wise. Trying to set up something fun in case we have, in case the survival story gets this far and this isn't the only one I'm building. This is the one that I'm furthest along with. And basically I'm going to build several of them, and I'm going to have everybody who's in my survival at that point give me an opinion. So we're back up here. So we want to go all the way down these. Or we can just fly through the hangar bay and down there. I think that's going to be faster, because turning back and forth around isn't fun. Whee! Turn off the jetpack. Alright. Now, one of the things I was challenging myself with on this build was to have everything organized, and like, uranium does not go through the same pipe that oxygen and hydrogen are piped through. So, right now, this is the uranium pipe. And it goes over here to the reactors. And nothing will use the uranium piping. We've got... we got our oxygen generators, we've got our oxygen tanks, we've got our hydrogen tanks. We've got everything prepped here except the assemblers. And once I have the assemblers figured out where they go, the piping is going to be next priority, is get everything piped up and running. So, yes, that's going to be a mess. But we shall see. We shall see if I can pull this off the way I hope. Let me come around, keep going up, and let's go ahead, sit here, and bring up this, so we've got an idea of how big it is. And I love how fast this thing accelerates, or at least how fast it accelerated last time I was on here, because last time I was playing, I was already at 100 meters a second. Okay, I decelerated very quickly. Okay, I wonder what's changed. Maybe it was something with the weight? But we have plenty of power. The X-Power reactors that I have, that you can kind of see there, those are the X-Power reactors, but with the aesthetically unbalanced mod, mostly because I was building for appearance first. I wanted something that looked good. Excuse me. Something else I'm going to put in here is a projector and a couple of the nano foundries, which will be nice. And let's go up here. And we'll go over here. Okay, we're going to save. We're going to... Actually, I'm not going to copy and paste that. F10. I want a Atari. Atari 2. Okay, the Atari. Control V. Okay, that's the Atari 2. It doesn't have all the paint work that I'd like on it, but it has hydrogen thrusters. It's got a funky shape to it now, but let's grab this, and come on. There. Okay. Control A. Space Pirates. Yes. Okay. There we go. Lots of missiles incoming and outgoing. I'm curious. I mean, my ship has the new ship has a lot of, it's most light armor. This one had the Atari is all vanilla. Okay. That, good lord. That is impressive to look at. Although it's not getting the Atari quite like I hoped. It is doing a fair job of it. And I didn't do this with the other because I didn't feel the other one was any even to think of it. Doing combat S with it. But yeah, I think we know who won. Oh man, I can't move. Like, if I try and move up, there we go, I'm moving up. Very slow. But I'm able to move the camera in real time, which is an improvement over what's happened before in Base Engineers. those things? What are those huge missile likes? I'm wheezing like a mug. And the blue is the anti-air. I know that. What is the green? The green is the anti-missile. And the white streaks are the missiles. Whether it's the flat cannons or the large turrets. Yeah, like the heavy defense turrets or the triple barrel turrets. I think it's dead now. I think it just decided I'm going to keep shooting. Why stop? Because shooting's fun. My God. Hello? That base? No. There's a lot of rounds going downrange on this thing. It is rather frightening, honestly. And I like it. There we go. But yeah, let's take a look over here. Okay, that's just metal shell. Metal shell. And it's still flying away from me. It did a number on it. Good Lord. Okay, I'm curious to see if there's anything other than metal that survived. Oh, there is. There's a merge block that survived. Merge block survived. Anything else? Nope. Everything else is gone. One merge block survived. Bye. Bye, Hatari. I feel kind of bad because the Hatari was the first thing I built that I was very proud of. That was something I built in a survival playthrough that I was doing on my own. And I really liked the Hatari. I enjoyed the ship. Oh, wait. Ooh. That survived. What are you? You survive. And you survived. So, yeah, okay. Some other pieces did survive. And, oh, well, I'm starting to wheeze pretty bad now. But, yeah. It's the last thing. Like I said, I'm doing a detail pass on the outside at the moment. The last thing left to point out is through this, like, I have finished my detail with this last ring, but more vents on the inside. The idea being that, heat-seeking missiles are going to be very useful. Well, unless you're coming in from above or directly below, which if you come from above, you're kind of dead, because you got a lot of rounds coming at you if you come in from above. However, if you come from below, there's a lot less. But I need to do some low-end or bottom-end defenses. But they're not bad. If you come in, there is a blind spot path that you can find to hit some of the weaker parts. But you have to be very precise to hit some of the weaker parts. You have to hope you stay in the blind spot. But yeah, I like it. It's probably my favorite ship after the Hatari that I have built. I don't have a name for it, or either of them. So, give me an update, or not an update. Give me a name idea to use for them. I'm thinking this one they're both, I would class them as cruisers. I would refer to them as patrol cruisers, or maybe this one will be a pocket battleship, fast battleship. But I would not consider them dreadnought or anything of that level of firepower. Fast battleship, cruiser of some sort, patrol cruiser. So why I'm saying patrol cruiser a lot is, in my head, patrol cruiser is relatively quick, which it is. And it carries enough support vessels with it that it can pretty much take care of itself. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and hit like, subscribe. Let me know. And give me a comment. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you have an idea for a name for the ship. Let me know. Because I have a letters mod. And I'd love it if the name was short enough that I could put it in, let's see, how many blocks? You take up 3, 4, 5. In 5 blocks. If it was 5 letters long, I would love that. So, I guess with that, I will see you in the episode. Until then, bye-bye.